Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to our kettle and ranch challenge. Out here doing everything the hard way. So I guess it's a no shortcuts solo playthrough. In this episode, we gotta get some more trees cleared out. We purchased this plot of land. We have this much open space. Last episode we mowed. We sold that mower, bought a different one. We got some bales out there. So that's kind of where we're sitting right at this moment. We have started cutting some trees, and this episode is going to be more of the same, except for this oak tree. We're keeping this. This tree is freaking amazing. It reminds me of the trees back home. We used to climb as a kid. Try to climb as a kid. Anyway. Yeah, so we're just going to keep on keeping on and get as much of this as we can, cut down. We are going to be just selling the wood. We're not out here to try to build a forest empire, so we are not looking to really start making any wood or anything, even though we thought about putting down a small sawmill. So if you think a little small sawmill would be alright, let me know. Just put it down in the comments below. I am not 100% sure if that's going to be a thing or not. Kind of thinking about it, but our goal is to sell Angus, sell beef, like, you know, the beef, the cows that create steaks, like the Angus and stuff. We're not looking to do dairy. We're just going to be a ranch. We're going to do horses. And we're not going to hire helpers with the horses. We're doing it all ourselves. So our goal here is just to clear this land and start getting some animals as soon as possible. I think we could put down a small a small cow pen over there. But I don't want to get rid of our grass yet, so I'd rather kind of clear this out, level it a little bit, and then have the cows out here on this side. So we're just going to keep trucking along, and hopefully by the end of this episode we will be able to get our first cows. We are going to be using the realistic livestock mod. So there we go. So we're not gonna have a butcher or anything since those can't use that mod. But I want you guys to name our cattle, name our horses, and all that fun stuff. So I'm just gonna get at it and start working along. It's already almost 5. We do have our camper. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to move it because it is not on our property, and I attempted to put the sleep trigger down and it would not let me. So we will have to move that before bedtime, but we will take care of that when it probably gets dark. I think for now we're just going to try to get the trailer loaded up, so first thing in the morning we can take it and sell the wood.
Has been bringing me down for so long now. I'm tired of the fight. her, but she's not here. I remember those times between us. It seems so far from today, but they're all that I have to cling to. And so when I get to feeling this way, I extract the sweet from the sorrow, pretend to dwell back in yesterday, so I can taste her love. Her love's what I need to complete these daydreams, my daydreams by the bay, by the bay. And those days before the journey to her meeting with the Lord, we would lie here by this water, and we touch an uncommon chord with the love of life all around us, sharing ocean, sand, and sky. We would take what life had to offer, but those days are gone. Sometimes I still cry, then I extract the sweet from the sorrow, pretend to dwell back in yesterday, so I can taste her love. Her love's what I need to complete these daydreams, my daydreams by the bay, by the bay. As I look out to the sea, still wondering why the Lord had to steal her. Now I can't feel her, 'cause she's not here right now. Still breathing with me, still breathing with me. Yeah, so I extract the sweet from the sorrow, pretend to dwell back in yesterday.
I loaded this like shit, so we're probably not gonna get too much, but that's fine. Another biggie. You know what, we're going to put all that whole trailer in there. Jump up here, grab this out of it. Here we go. Truck bed. Maybe. There we go. Alright, now let's sell it. We only got $5,000. Makes sense. We didn't have it loaded very well. Alright, back to it.
go driving out on Scrappy. Have you seen that little heartbreaker, long hair blowing in the wind? Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker. They say she gets around in a little red Corvette. She got that scarf tied right around a beautiful neck. Round and round the wheels they go, where they stop nobody knows. It's a long hard ride sometimes, learning life one trick at a time. They say she's like a wrecking ball, the things they say I don't hear it all. Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker. They say she's like a wrecking ball, the things they say I don't hear it all. Heartbreaker. 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 Well, since I quit drinking, I thought about killing myself. She ain't one of them runway models you put up on a shelf. I've been to church about 1,000 times, but does the punishment fit the crime? They say she's like a wrecking ball, the things they say I don't hear it all. Heartbreaker. 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 Heartbreaker.
Okay. So, oh shit. I don't think we'll get a ton of money on this load because we got all these little stupid trees. But hopefully we get something. That's kind of what is important. So, let's see here. $5,800, not too bad. Could have been better, could have been worse. And let's go back here, get this other piece sold. $34. And then I want to see something. Oh yeah. There we go. Yeah, we can put a little bit bigger ones on here now. So we're going to do that. I need to figure out how to use like the forestry measuring thing, and that like lets you use the chainsaw to cut them at certain lengths. But hopefully we could put a little bit bigger logs on here now. Okay, so we need a stump cutter, and we got money for that, but I don't think we're gonna get it yet. We might just continue to cut down trees. I think we actually have enough space for a small cattle pen, but we don't have water yet, so we got to get a well put in, and who knows how much that's gonna be. I think I'm just going to use like one that lets you, it has like a little electricity thing on it, and then it can store it. It also lets you distribute water, but we're not going to use the distribute on it. We'll just store the water and get it with a barrel. So we still got to get that going, which is pretty vital to everything. So I think that's on our list. We got to pay back our $200,000, so that's pretty important. We can't buy any more land till that's paid off, and I don't know how much we'll get for all these trees.
Time not too long ago when the earth grew wild and the rivers freely flowed, and one by one the colors came, known by their shade, not by their name.
From across the sea, some flew from the air, others crawled on their knees. Some of them stolen, others lost their way. Some came from the earth, raised up from the clay, and every drive 20 times round the sun. Come the daughters, come the sons, to decide what they want and shape those colors of green, brown, grow wild. Red feathers fly, white eyes look wide, gray stone climb high, blue waters flow, brown hands take hold, purple mountains shine in the dark black sky.
There's a new way to paint the page, so each face has a name and a home to call their own.
And every shape has a place to feel whole, to feel safe, to share what they know and let their colors show. Green, brown, gold, red feathers fly, white eyes look wide, a gray stone climb high, blue waters flow, brown hands take hold, purple mountains shine in the open sky. The green, brown, grow wild, red feathers fly, white eyes look wide, gray stone climb high, blue waters flow,
Brown hands take hold,
brown hands take hold,
purple mountains shine in the open sky. Purple mountains shine
in the open sky.
You can control the world with your mind. There is nobody here like your kind. Taking action and moving forward. Sheer willpower, strong desire. You got what it takes. You want to be the best. So much better than all the rest. Monarch butterflies, feel the sky, feeling up the sky. We came.
All right, we are rolling in. Can't see. Can't change first person either because the freaking truck windows are so muddy. All right, let's see how we do on this one. Hopefully it's a little bit better. All right, let's see. Yeah, $7,500 almost. Not too bad, not too great, but it'll do. We're up to 40,000. So we need to do that, what, 50,000 more times to pay off our loan?
Darling, to see them fly. You got what it takes. You want to be the best. So much better than all the rest. It's the direction that you want. You charge ahead to meet your goals. You are determined now to score. It's all about getting things done. Always proving that you're the one. You got.
Okay, so we've been working all day, cutting the trees, hauling them away. So this is kind of how much area we currently have. These little trees are freaking useless, so I don't want to keep taking those to sell because they're crooked and they don't make shit for money. So we need to find a new use for those. I thought about doing like a little like sawmill, no, yeah, like the little baby sawmill here, and then doing it where like I just have to be at it when it's making the wood. But that seems kind of ridiculous and a waste of time. So it might be put like a little sawmill down, and then that way, like these little trees we could just throw in that sawmill, and they can make some wood for us. I thought about getting a wood chipper and doing that because, it's only 349 liters, so that doesn't seem fiscally responsible. Yeah, so we just been kind of leaving them and not cutting too many down. These ones got cut down because they were in the way. We've been kind of leaving them. But we got $100,000 now. And I was thinking about doing two different things. So about getting a little windmill because we need water. Like regardless, we're going to need to be able to get some water. So I thought about kind of sticking this out over here. That way we can get our water and start getting towards our cows, not pigs. So I think we're actually going to do that. I think right here will be a nice place, kind of out of the way. Those little trees are going to stay there. I don't know if this oak's going to get bigger. That could maybe be a problem, but we can deal with that later. Alright, so let's definitely do this. Alright, so now we have a little windmill. Get us some water. And let's see, let's take a look. Let's see what that looks like. Hopefully it's good because I didn't save beforehand. Oh yeah, it's up there. It's catching the wind off the trees. Fill our water tank up. And then I was thinking about getting some cows, but just like a little cow pasture. We have this one right here, the bigger one. We don't need milk, so I thought about getting this guy, and obviously we can't put it there at the moment, but yeah, like sticking it kind of right here. And then maybe planting a tree or two in the middle, just so they have some shade. This says it does 500 cows. I don't think we will put 500 cows in here. That seems crazy. But I'm thinking about doing that, since we have a little bit of money. But I want to make sure we have a good chunk of change to pay off our loan. And right now, we kind of need an off-roading animal transporter. I don't have anything really. What's this guy? How much is this? 21,000? Color red? Oh. So I might have to find something else. I mean, this is 25 and it looks way better. But yeah, so I think we're going to go to bed. And then tomorrow, we... you know what? Should we just put down a little sawmill for now? It doesn't need to be here forever. I don't want it here forever. But those little trees are super annoying. So let's do that. And just so we can... Factories. Yeah, we got this little sawmill. It'll do okay. How much space will it take up? Dump the trees here. Those trees I want to keep though. Can we kind of stick it over here? I mean, we could put it here for now. And then it will get removed later. So maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so it's bedtime. We're going to call it a day. We made pretty good progress. Before we go to bed, let's actually pay on our loan some. So we're just using the standard loan system. So there's no reason to have to make payments, but we want to get it paid off as soon as we can. We can't buy more land until it's gone. Where is it at? Oh yeah, right here, finances. And then let's repay, what do we think? Let's repay 30,000. 1, 2. All right, we repaid 40,000 or whatever. Whatever we just repaid. So now I feel a little bit better. Yeah, so I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to just keep cutting trees down. So, yeah, you don't need to watch that unless you want to. If you want to watch me cut trees, put it in the comments below. Okay, so we put it down. It's not on flat ground, but that's fine. It's only here temporarily. So what we're gonna do is these little guys, these little sticks. That's what we'll put in there. These ones will keep selling like normal. I don't want to put everything in there. I don't want it just to be moving a whole bunch of wood for no reason. So these little stupid trees, I'll stick in there. These ones will still load up onto the trailer and take away. But all of these freaking ridiculous little, whatever they are, what are they, birch? Aspen trees? Yeah, they're just gonna go straight into there and get made at some point into some wood. It's gonna, yeah, it's, I don't know. So pretty much we'll just pick them up, throw them on the other side, call it a day, and get some use out of them. So we'll just go boop, and it's in there. Easy peasy. And we'll just do that a bunch of times. So go on the trailer, these ones will go in here. So I'm gonna just keep clearing trees, selling trees, work on getting enough money to get a more loan paid off, and then hopefully get a cow shed put down. I need to get a pressure washer so we can see out of the Jeep, because we cannot see out of the Jeep at the moment. So for the most part, I'm gonna just keep clearing land, because that's all we could do. So I will see you guys in a bit. Alright, so we purchased our bale wrapping stuff. We sold some more logs. So we got this little bale wrapper. We don't have a huge field, so this should be pretty good. Then we got this guy, so we can move our wrap bales. So that way we don't puncture them or anything. And I think we'll probably end up feeding, silage bales to our Angus cattle. We'll probably end up selling some here and there. So it's important not to mess them up. Let's see if this will be able to handle this to get home. Since we're here, I think we're gonna fuel up if we could get fuel here. Yep. Oops, wrong button. Wrong gas pedal. Or I guess just wrong pedal. Alright, let's get that filled up. Sweet. Only 61 bucks. Not too bad for how much we've been driving this thing. Alright, so I'm just going to drive back and we will wrap our bales and then get them moved. Alright, so I've never used this bale wrapper before, but it shouldn't be too bad. Unfold it. Lower it. And we gotta go backwards, not forwards. There we go. Oh, that's pretty easy. Well, maybe now you have to move them too much. So long it takes to... Oh yeah, look at that. Maybe we could just go stick them over here for now. Unload. Nice. I feel like our thing in the front is not going to pick them up easily. We did get the sawmill going. I would say it hasn't really done anything. We ended up bringing up a pressure washer to wash our Jeep a little bit because we could not see anything out the front windows. And yeah, we're doing pretty good. I'm still kind of torn where I want to put our first cattle pasture, whatever. Currently looking to put it right by the windmill, but I feel like that's a decent sized little field right there that we could probably use for some oats or something. So it's not too steep. We'd have to... There's a little section that would require some smoothing, and we don't have anything to do that with yet, but overall, like this land isn't too rugged, and I would kind of feel like if we put the cows on something a little bit crazier, incline-ish, where we could farm them might be better, but at the same time we don't want to have to walk up freaking mountains. And we only own one piece of land, so they just might have to live there for a little bit. Alright, I'm going to finish this up and then get back to clearing trees. We gotta get our money up. I want to get a windrower for our next mow. Still got a few months for. We still owe a bunch on our loan. We want to get that paid off. And then we got to start saving up to buy another piece of land. I think the one we're going to buy next is 41. It's this one right next to us. And I have not talked to those guys yet to see how much they want. I think 41 would be good, and then just kind of go from there. I don't know if we're gonna how far we will expand. We might keep it nice and petite, or maybe go kind of crazy. We still need to find a cool plot to put our house. Maybe like a cool ranch house somewhere. That's not right next to the cows, so we don't want to smell that all night, but you know, kind of like a secluded little cool place in the woods. Little grandma's house, if you would say. There we go. That is our last one. Alright, well, it is time for me to sell some more trees. We only got 50 G's. We still got to buy an animal trailer. We still got to put down pasture for our cattle. What else do we need to do? We got to be able to buy cattle. We got to get a water thing so we could give our cattle water. So we still need a bunch more money. We're gonna have to buy a flatbed trailer at some point so we can actually sell any silage that we have extra that we don't need. So I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm just going to start cutting down more trees and making our way. Alright, I think it's time. It is time for us to get a little cow pasture going. So, nothing to it but to do it. So let's jump in here. Let's go down to our cows. And I think we're just going to use the standard one for now. It's only 7, but that gives us a little bit of time for some reproduction going on. Alright, so what is this overlapping? Alright, so I think we'll put it right about here. Seems good, right? Just off the path. Kind of follow that line a little bit. We are not going to customize it. So no, we do want a meadow. Alright, so there we go. Got a nice little cow pasture. Got a nice little fence on it. Now we just need some cows. Alright, so let's jump in here and see if anything's on sale. That's just for horses. And since we are kind of in the boondocks, we need something a little off-road tires on it would be the best. And I think let's see. Yeah, those tires don't change. This one. Alright, so this is like the meatiest tire, so this is the one we're gonna get. And ooh, a spare wheel. Yeah. Let's get a spare tire. Just in case. So we'll buy this guy. So we got this JoshGoesFarming. I don't know how you actually say it. And then we need a barrel. And I found a matching one. So little JoshGoesFarming action. Oh, what tires are on this other one? Let's see if we get some matching treads. Let's see what those look like. See if we can kind of match it up a little bit. Not quite, not quite. Kind of. Not really. But I think we're gonna go with these. Hose connection. Yeah, so we'll just keep all this the same. Alright, so now we got water. We can get water. We got silage, but I don't think it's ready because we're still in September. Let's run over here and check. Yeah, so nothing there. I think I'm gonna run down and pick up. What are these little bushes? I'm gonna run down and pick up our watering container and then cruise back up here, and we'll get this kind of at least watered for now, and then we can go from there. But definitely needs some watering going on, so I'm gonna cruise down, grab that, and I will see you when I get back up here. Woo! Alright, so we are back with our water tank. And let's see how our little windmill here is doing. I think we just gotta roll up next to it. Hey, there we go. Pop it open. Get this bad boy filling up. Heck yeah. Windmill is freaking sweet. Kind of out of the way. Still on our property, but it's not too outrageous. Alright, so this is full. Now we need to get some water into our little pasture here for our cattle. let's kind of roll up here. Let's dump our water. Let's see how much it takes. Probably not too much. Oh dang. It's sucking it dry. Oh, there we go. So we still got some water in here, so that's good. I think we will try to park this kind of out of the elements a little bit. We'll kind of back it in here. Kind of got like two little storage areas of stuff. At least until we start getting rid of all these trees. Alright, so we'll put this here. Kind of out of the elements, not really, but good enough. So now we just really have to either wait for the meadow to grow in or for our silage to be ready for food, for them to eat. The reason I'm doing silage is because I don't like making hay. I have the realistic weather on, and I just don't have the patience to make hay. And if we could just make silage, then we'll just do that instead. As long as it will take silage, which I don't know if it will. That is something I probably should have checked. But I'm sure it does. Anyway, we'll find out. So that's what we got going on. It looks like we do have one pallet of wood beams, so let's see what that kind of sells for. So one wood beam is 5,000, so that is definitely more than those little trees were going to give us anyway, so that is fantastic. Let's see, still got some logs out here to pick up, put on the trailer. So with the trailer, I have been kind of stacking it pretty full like this, maybe a little bit more, but then stacking the end cuts and putting them on top. So it has been helping out with the money a little bit better. So that's super huge. So I kind of come back here, cut these down real fast. Unhooks the straps, of course, unfortunately. Sometimes you gotta figure out where to cut it at. So I'll get these all cut off. And I'll kind of show you the process I've been using. Been working pretty good. Boom, boom, boom. Come over here. We'll throw a strap back on it. Kind of hold them in place. We'll grab our tractor. Kind of where it ended before I had to take a little lunch break. Just kind of come over here. And pick up a log. So I mean, I could probably upgrade to one that does, a couple more, but I always have issues with them. And it's one at a time, but it doesn't take too long of my life to come here and then just kind of put these up here. Just kind of drop it into the place, and then once it gets full, I'll take it down. It's been giving us quite a bit more money per load, so that's always a bonus. This part goes way faster than loading the other pieces, but yeah, this is currently our method. Been working pretty good. I did use the chainsaw to get rid of the stumps over there just because I wanted to be able to clear a pasture for some cows quickly. But we are going to buy a stump grinder. I wanted to get a mulcher one, but our tractor does not have the horsepower for that. But it does have the horsepower for the stump grinder. It's just kind of expensive, and since we just are going to have a couple cows for now, there's no reason to spend the money. We could just leave all these stumps here for now, and I'll just chop them up a different day. But until then, this is what we're going to do. But I know you guys don't want to see this. What we want to see is some cattle. So I think what we're going to do is, our goal is going to be to get some young ones, some babies, and we want to make sure that they are the best we could get. So our first two might not be the greatest, but you know what, if we're going to build a cattle ranch and a horse ranch out here, we want the best cattle and we want the best horses. We want our name to be known for high quality cattle and super studly horses. What's the little horse race that they do? The Kentucky Derby. And then what's the other one from the Hidalgo movie? The one where they like race through the desert of Africa. We want those type of horses. We want some studly horses. So thank you for catching them there. Oops. A little bit farther. Stacks. Oh no! There we go. Our stacks might not come out the neatest, but we will get them all on there. All right, that's enough of this. You know what? Let's go buy some cattle. I'll see you down there. Alrighty, so got our little animal trailer here, and then I think we get the animals by the dumpster there, which is pretty hilarious. But I'm super pumped that this map had an animal dealer, because a bunch of them didn't, and that was kind of a bummer. Alright, so let's jump in here. Alright, so we don't want brown Swiss, we don't want Holsteins, we want some Angus and some Limousines. What else we got in here? Highland cattle. We could do Highland cattle. That's kind of cool. I think we should do each type, right? Some Angus, some Limousines. Like whatever does not produce milk, that is what we're going to do. And you know what? Let's see here. Highland cattle. There's no bulls. And none of these are really good. Except for this guy who's pretty old. Oh, milk production. We don't need milk production. Do they just all do milk production? Bummer. Alright, this Limousine is 10 months. Very high. This guy, look at this. Extremely high, very good. So, I think we're going to get this fella. This Limousine bull. How do I select it? Oh, I got to use my mouse. Alright, so we'll get this Limousine bull. And then we are not going to get any of these because they're not great. That one's not great. Those aren't very good. Let's see. Hay, grass, and TMR, so not silage. So that's kind of a bummer. And all says the same, but I know sometimes you could feed them silage. Alright, so it looks like we are just going to get one little guy. He's 10 months old. No, he's only 3. So just one limousine for now. And I think each month we'll just have to drive down and kind of see what they have for sale. And just kind of take the pick of the litter. It's just going to be a slow, kind of slow burn for now, but we got our first bull, and now we got to drive carefully back up the road, so that way he makes it there alive. Can you see him in there? Oh, look, he's so cute, just laying down, going for a ride. Okay, so got our first bull. We are moving along. His health might dip a little bit until everything has food and everything, but that's okay. I feel like we're off to a pretty good start. It's only September. We're doing 2-day months, so the last day of September, we got our first little cow. A bull, not a cow, it's a bull. And yeah, I did see a bunch of your guys' comments with some feedback on how to kind of edit the series a little bit better, some ideas on what to do for money and how to use our trees a little bit more efficiently maybe. So hopefully I've incorporated some of that feedback in this episode. I do think the one piece I was not able to kind of implement is my voice when I speed things up. Oh yeah, we're not going to take that turn because that's too sharp. We don't want to hurt this little guy or wreck our truck, so we'll kind of go the long way. So I do need to play with my recording settings and see how I could get the audio of the game and my voice audio off of this same kind of channel. I know I could do it pretty easily, but the easy way would just mean I would have to go in and kind of delete out background noise for some longer sessions when, for example, I'm cutting trees, and like those time lapses, I would just have to cut my voice out, which isn't the end of the world. I just gotta make sure I catch them all. And it shouldn't be too bad, but you don't want to hear my episode of whatever I'm watching in the background. So I greatly appreciate it. I don't know if this one is better or worse than the previous one. I'm trying to cut out some of the stuff that was time-lapse to save overall time on the episode. I've probably cut trees down for 8 hours or so, and there's no reason to have that much time lapse in the episode. So yeah, so if that's okay with you guys, let me know below. If you want to see everything, which is kind of how I wanted to run this series, let me know as well, and I could just keep doing that. I just don't think some of the monotonous stuff is really needed. You guys see me cut down a bunch of trees. There's no reason to continue watching me cut down trees, unless there's, I get a tree harvester, right? And then maybe one episode we do include some of that, just because it's new and exciting. There we go. Getting up here. I need to clean these trees out at some point that we cut down. I haven't gotten in trouble by the local government yet, but I don't see anybody out here. We're pretty out here alone, so yeah. So keep giving me feedback on what you would like to see, what you would not like to see, and I'll try to implement that as I start editing videos. And we got our first bull, so that is fantastic. And let's get him in here And if you have a sweet name for our bull, put it down in the comments, and we will select one of the names, and that's the name of our first bull. So let's open him up. Let's select him and get him into his new home. Let's move our little fella. And there we go. Check him out. He is super pumped. He's kind of lonely, but he's pretty pumped. We do need to get a tree in there. Is there a tree? I don't... Let's see. I mean, unfortunately, the tree's going to be cut down when we move this, but, you know, like a nice shade tree for this little fella would be nice. An old oak tree, maybe. Oh, that's a big oak tree. Oh, we got too many trees. Sorry, bud, you're not getting a tree. Sorry. You're just going to be out here in the pasture. Look at him. He's freaking adorable. Freaking. I'm going to call him Wobbles for now, because he's pretty wobbly. Alright, so we got our first one. Let's see if... what happens when we take a bale and stick it in there. It's not silage right yet, it's just grass, but if he could have a little bit of grass for now, that would be pretty good. So let's do that. Let's drop this there. Oh no. Let's go grab our handy dandy little bale fella. Oh, this thing does not have brakes worth of poop. And I don't think this is going to pick up those bales because they're not sitting on their side. It is what it is. Let's get this back to where it needs to be. Alright, let's go. This. It's up, down. Open this fella up. That's not opening anything. We'll just grab this little guy. Got our first little tiny one. So, alright, there we go. Got it open. Gonna grab this little fella. Oh, that's gonna be freaking annoying. Alright, then we gotta switch back to this. Close it up. Switch back to this. Hey! We did pick it up and we didn't puncture anything. Doing it the right way. Alright, let's get over here and see what happens. Lift it up. Oh, we're gonna have to find a way to kind of smooth that out, maybe. There we go. Now let's open this fella up. Boom. And then let's try to back out of here. Alright, I don't know if it's gonna take it or not. Oh, it is. Food. Look at that. Food's going up. Boom. Little man's got some food turned into grass, it looks like, which is super cool. Okay, it does take silage, so we'll keep making silage just because it gives us 80%. There you go, little buddy. He's got some food in there. Happy as can be. Gotta love it. Alright, let's... I really wish there was a way... You didn't have to go straight to this to close it. But that's fine. He's got some food. Super fantastic. And now it is back to handling our tree business. Pretty much the name of the game. Oh no, we need most of that. There we go. And that little fella off there. Alright, so I had to park that trailer as well. Next month we will cruise on down and get some more, hopefully get some more cows. Looks like this will be our little limousine pit. So let me know which cows we should do. I know we'll do Angus. If you guys want to see some water buffalo, I don't know if that counts as cattle. They make milk. Yeah, this is always a pickle. It gets like this. There we go. Yeah, so we could. We could do whatever. You know, limousine Angus for sure. If you guys want to see like Highland cattle or water buffalo, let me know. I don't plan on having a dairy at all. That's not what this series is about. But we could always just raise Highland cattle because they look cool and sell them when they get to max price, kind of like what we are going to do with our other cattle. So yeah, so I think we will end this episode here. I greatly appreciate you all. Our goal is to have as many cattle as the channel has subscribers to kind of call, you know. So our goal currently is 200. So we need at least 200 cattle for the series to end, and then maybe how many? I don't know how many horses we need. Put a number down in the comments how many horses you think we should have as well. So we want both, and we got quite a bit of land. So can we get both? Yes. All right. So I'm just going to finish the day off with selling some more wood. That is going to be it. And what's after September? October. I will see you all in October. Oh, come on, come on. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to follow along. And this is Josh signing off to cut some wood. Later, y'all. Peace.